So, like we've mentioned, I've been so excited to be finally trying the Kosas Revealer Foundation. I got 2 samples, one of them being 200N and then 210. So I'm just gonna see which one. Okay, so this one is 200, maybe. Looks a little light. And then this 210 one, ooh, it's too much. Pulls a little more yellow. I honestly think 200 might work better. 210 is a little too yellow for my skin tone. Okay, so I think I'm gonna do 200N. And honestly, I'm just going to be applying it with a beauty sponge, just because that is usually my preferred way of applying foundation. So I don't want to really complicate my life. Okay, so I'm gonna do 200N and I'll insert the claims as I apply this. So the claims for this foundation is that it's a medium coverage SPF treatment foundation with a natural dreamy finish that instantly blends like a second skin to blur, visibly smooth texture, and minimizes pores. I would agree. I love how easy this blended out with a beauty sponge and really evened out my skin tone, leaving me a very juicy, radiant finish. Okay, so as we can see, I really like glowy it is. It's very healthy and juicy looking. I am feeling that. I feel like it really canceled out any of the redness that I had around my mouth, and did a really good job at covering up the kind of hyperpigmentation that I have going on this cheek. I still would say it's more of like a medium coverage so far. So let's go on and do this side. Did y'all hear that? Ain't nobody got time for the Texas storms. That looks really, really good. I will say, I think this shade is still pulling a little too neutral for me. I don't know if y'all can see. I feel like I really need to go into a store and try it out, just because I really like this, but I feel like this would be too yellow, the 210. But nonetheless, I love the finish of it. You can see it's just really juicy looking, very healthy. It's a little tacky, but it's not too tacky. I'm really, really liking how the finish is. I think I'm just gonna put a little bit more just so that we can really see kind of like what the coverage is. So I'm just gonna put a little bit more on this cheek, just because that's where I have more of my blemishes. Yeah, I feel like this is still a little too light. I don't know if bronzer can fix it. I would say it's still medium, just because you can still see my hyperpigmentation peeking through. Not a big deal. I'm honestly not sure if it claims to be full coverage, but I honestly, that's not like a huge deal breaker for me. But yeah, it looks really, really good. And then, honestly, for the sake of the video, I will be using the concealer, which I will say is also one of my all-time favorite concealers, just because they're so creamy. And even before they came out with obviously their foundation, I would use this as a kind of all over foundation. I use the shade 6.2, I think, all over the face, and then 6 under the eye. But I am going to quickly color correct. I've really been loving this color corrector by Charlotte Tilbury. It is very lightweight, hydrating in my opinion, and it really brightens the under eye. I honestly feel like I have really misled myself with color correctors. I feel like I've always thought I needed something a little bit more orange, but I do find that something a little bit more pinky peachy does a much better job for me in canceling my dark circles. Like, look at that. It like instantly brightened the under eye and really canceled out any darkness that I have under there. So enjoy the little bit of music. I am going to do my concealer right now. So it's currently 9:48. Definitely, y'all know the drill. I'm gonna do a check-in. But I love how my makeup turned out. Quickly, it's very like cute and pinky. But for the lips, I went in with the M Cosmetics lip cushion in the shade. I'll put it down in the description. And then for the eyes, I have not used this in the longest. I went in with the Roen Beauty 1111 palette. Cheeks, I haven't tried this before, but I really like it. It's the UNDONE Beauty lip to cheek palette in 325 Flare. And then for bronzer, I just went in with the M Cosmetics bronzer in the shade Nomadic. So yeah, I will be back to share a little bit more about how the foundation is wearing. So far, I love it. I think it looks really glowy and natural, but juicy. The shade's not right, so that's the only thing. Other than that, perfection. So I'll see y'all in a couple hours. Alrighty, so this is my first check-in. It is currently 2:02. It's raining like crazy in Austin, so that is why my ring light's so high. But honestly, I am really loving the foundation. Like, to me, it looks really moist, looks like super juicy, like it's a very juicy foundation. The blush and the bronzer are still looking really nice, put together. Hasn't separated anywhere. It's not tacky anymore. It literally just feels like skincare on my face. Concealer is one of my favorite. I'm actually really happy that I tried it for this video, just because, you know, like I mentioned, I do crease regardless. So I feel like for every video I need to make sure I let y'all know that. I definitely struggle with fine lines, but I always look for a concealer that will not crease one quick and much. And the Kosas Revealer concealer definitely has done that for me. I have had it for hours, and this is the result of it, and I love that. Love that, because to me this is like just only natural, you know what I mean? So I love it. I really do. I ended up setting it a little bit throughout the day with the DIOR Backstage, and I feel like that too has done wonders beneath my eyes. Looks very natural and radiant. But all in all, I really love the foundation. Like I mentioned, I think it looks really juicy. I like how it just has evened out my skin tone. My skin looks just radiant. And so I definitely will keep trying it out before I wash it off. That is my first check-in, and I'll see y'all later. Okay, final check-in. I look a hot mess. I'm not even tripping because I need to go work out. But all in all, what do y'all think? I feel like it looks really good. You know, I don't have any highlight absolutely none. And look how glowy and just very, I keep saying the word juicy, my skin looks. Yeah, I think it looks amazing. I do feel like maybe I can pull off this shade of foundation, but of course I would love it to be like, if there were a perfect shade match for me, I will 1000% go for that one. But yeah, that pretty much finalizes my review for the Kosas Revealer Foundation, I believe is what it's called, and so far I really like it. Maybe enough to for sure buy a full bottle. I hope y'all found this review very helpful and beneficial, and thanks for, you know, tagging along with me on these check-ins. So I hope you all have a great rest of your day, week, month, weekend, and I will see you all in my next video. Adios.